when we ran, I was really very glad. I supported him from the very beginning. There were other good candidates in, but I just thought he's the answer.
We saw Robert Kennedy, I think, at the height of his social activist viewpoints and evolution, concentrating the nation's attention on the poor, the impoverished, with a very special focus on children's needs.
I was helping to set up the campaign. We thought we'd wait till the California primary was over and be sure that he was going to move on to Massachusetts. And of course, he never did.
The Action Corps itself had been part of the campaign, so there was an effort to really keep the legacy going.
He had no other income except for his job, which he essentially quit, to start this dream.
69, 70, that time, it was so turbulent. Programming in those days, again, was geared to large-scale institutions, which weren't working. I mean, it was very troubling. There was scandals.
And my God, it was just awful, awful conditions. And it was all penal, it was not any kind of a positive model at all.
The recidivism rate was like 100%. I mean, you couldn't figure out, if you went and trained the kids to break the law, you couldn't have a higher recidivism rate.
Phil had in his mind a model that was really an educational model, and it was brilliant.
To shift to a more community-based approach, and that was compelling. That was really, really compelling. Smaller in scale, more intimate, with staff that could relate.
We would take young people that no other agency would take.
And I was so proud to be involved with an organization that was seeing children all the way through and helping children, so that there was almost a continuum.
Most of those kids would have been in big institutions locked up, and they were totally in open settings, and then they thrived in those settings, and they could go back home, they go back into the community. Many years later, about 15 years later, Massachusetts had the lowest recidivism rate in the country and the lowest per capita cost, and you can't do much better than that. When I think back, in the early days about people like Gene Villa and John McCain and Ron Geddes, Don Carey, Wendy King, Vin McCarthy, Alice Jelen Eisenberg, and all of those people believed that their lives ought to be motivated to a large extent by social justice. What a great group.
The group of people that we were with was phenomenal. These were terrific, fun people to work with. We were determined to get this done and get it done right.
They really care, and still care. These many years later, people stay involved for their life.
I look at the agency now, and it is the Robert F. Kennedy Children's Action Corps, but really it's a different creature. It took all the goodness in the agency and made it flower.
The devotion of everyone, from the board members to the child care workers, is what makes me very proud to be part of this organization.
This is so remarkable that this program is what we dreamed might happen.
I was very happy to be part of that, and I still like to think I'm part of it.
Now that we've been able to touch the lives of thousands of the most troubled young people in Massachusetts, and now we're having an impact even nationally, I think Robert Kennedy would be really proud.